To the Brooklyn Law School community, esteemed alumni and guests, I'm so honored to be tonight's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees, Aubrey Ralph and Bernie Nash, and thank the Alumni Association and Brooklyn Law School for bestowing this award on me, and a special thanks to Debbie Regal. Thank you so much. There are two words that capture the essence of this award, the Distinguished Service Award: relationships and impact. But for me, these words go well beyond this award. These words, relationships and impact, they demonstrate my goals to build a meaningful life and a purposeful career. And I want to share with you how it started. I was a 26-year-old newlywed and a third year at Brooklyn Law School. It was a Saturday morning, and my husband and I were at our favorite Upper West Side diner. And all of a sudden, I started seeing flashing lights everywhere and started feeling out of sorts. We raced back to our New York City apartment a few blocks away, and I had what's known as a grand mal seizure. 5 days later, I underwent brain surgery. I was really lucky. The brain surgeon discovered a rare parasite called cystic sarcosis instead of a brain tumor. And the bottom line was I would be good as new after some prophylactic antibiotics and a little bit of recovery time. Undergoing brain surgery as a 26-year-old newlywed and law student forever changed me. I felt fortunate to be alive and promised myself that I was going to live a meaningful life and a full life. And if life wasn't rewarding, that I'd have the confidence to take smart risks and have the courage to make change. That's why when my husband Gordon asked me when I was a young litigation associate what I liked about practicing law, and without skipping a beat, I told him the two things I loved: email and lunch. And I knew at that point it was time to leave the profession. In 1999, I had sent an email out to 6 lawyers saying, I'm starting a network for lawyers interested in work-life issues. The first event will be at my firm. Forward the invite to anyone you know who's interested. Within a few days, 150 women lawyers emailed me back in response. This is 1999. Work life was barely a term of art, pre-viral world. I knew I'd struck a nerve. With the benefit of significant press attention early on from the New York Times, NPR, the National Law Journal, and more, I was able to bring the challenges that women lawyers were facing to light. In a linear, unforgiving profession, women, half the talent pool, were leaving the profession because it was so inhospitable, or we weren't thriving because it was nearly impossible to play an integral role in our kids' lives and also succeed at work. But now what was different was we were speaking up and advocating for change. By 2008, my network had grown to more than 10,000 lawyers across the country, and we focused on two things: relationships and impact. We were lawyers convening over a shared passion: how to revolutionize the profession and make it one where all lawyers could thrive. That's why when I had my first call with Caitlin Monk of Brooklyn Law School in 2016, we knew just what to do. What was happening with the law school alumni and what we would face, the same challenges, and what was also we were fearing would face the women law students, is that we were all going to have the same challenges of our predecessors. That's why we conceived of the Women's Leadership Network, a network to develop, support, and advance women lawyers. The network would be led by the Women's Leadership Circle, a newly comprised group of 35 distinguished alumni, and we were focused on 4 areas: programming, mentoring, networking, and philanthropy. In November 2022, we celebrated the network's 5-year anniversary. Since inception, we've hosted 10 major events. We've had thousands of alumni and law students participate. We've run 6 mentoring circles. We've raised over $115,000 for the law school, and we've named 3 scholarship recipients. Most recently, we voted to endow the Women's Leadership Scholarship to ensure that we can name scholarship recipients annually. We've also set our next goal to raise another $100,000 for the law school and endow the scholarship. This is what I call impact. This is also about relationships. It's thanks to the members of the Women's Leadership Circle, some of whom are here tonight, who I'd like to ask to stand. Come on, you know who you are, please stand up. Along with the incredible staff of the law school who have partnered with us to make this happen. Annie Nienaber, Camille James Ogunwolu, and Sarah Gowrie, please stand. Thank you to Dean Michael Cahill, who has supported our work and attended our events since the outset, and to the venerable members of the Law School Board of Trustees, and especially Frank Aquila and Claire Kelly. Thank you all. When I think about why Brooklyn Law School, why not put my energy elsewhere, again, it comes back to relationships and impact. As a first year at the law school, I immediately developed a close rapport with Professor Carol Ziegler. The truth is, I first gravitated to Carol because she was very stylish. But admittedly also, she was rumored to have tissues prominently displayed on her desk, and she didn't judge students like me who used them liberally. I have no doubt that any successes I had at the law school were because of the investment that Carol Ziegler showed in me. It was also the compassion that Professor Joel Gora demonstrated when he served as Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. He helped me figure out a way to still graduate on time, despite the fact that I couldn't read for more than a month my third year due to the swelling post-brain surgery. It's not just these relationships, though. It's also that the law school is and will always be a place where the opportunity to make an impact is there as long as you're willing to try. I want to end by thanking my family, friends, and clients who came here tonight to support me, and asking my family members to stand. These are my most important relationships and the people in my life who have enabled me to try to make an impact. You've heard tonight about my husband, Gordon. We are accompanied here tonight by our three sons, Oliver, Spencer, and Theo. Mothers of daughters always talk about the importance of work as a means to set the right example for their daughters. I've always hoped to achieve that for my sons, each of whom is more special to me than they will ever know. I also want to acknowledge my incredible mother, Sylvia, who is the model of the working mother who I've always tried to emulate, other than her dreaded crock-pot dinners. I also want to acknowledge my treasured siblings, Susie and my brother-in-law, Miles, and my brother, Joel, and Elizabeth. I love you all. The only one who I'm saddened is not here to celebrate with us tonight, and somebody who loved to party more than anyone, is my father, Stanley Epstein, who died in 2021. There is no one who would have been more proud of me, and nobody who is more exemplary of the Distinguished Service Award than my father, who was all about relationships and impact. And I'll share one more thing about my father that won't surprise you. My dad's dad, Grandpa Louis, was a 1926 graduate of Brooklyn Law School. Thank you.